God damn, if I never see another frickin' Kethane freighter in my life, it will be too soon. Greetings, humanoids of the internet. My name is Bob, and this is episode 52 of Journey into Space. Journey into Space. Now I learned a very important lesson recently about making giant robotic freighters, which is don't make them. Without the excuse me, without the manned command pod to help stabilize it, they're very difficult to dock with other robotic spacecraft. So my initial plan was to build up a lot of Kethane at the Kethane Orbital Storage Facility and use that to refuel my interplanetary crafts. But I've had a change of plans because I've had a very hard time docking my robotic Kethane freighter to the ion Kethane freighter that was supposed to take the Kethane more efficiently to the orbital Kethane. Yeah, that thing. So change of plans. We are going to continue on with our colonization at some point. I'm going to switch my next colonization target to Duna, I think, because people are more interested in seeing the colonization of Duna than of Ike, which is what I was going to colonize. Sort of left to my own devices, I would probably colonize Ike instead. Because if you think about places you really want to colonize, like say for real in the solar system, what's a better place to colonize? Is it better to colonize Mars, or is it better to colonize like Phobos, which is basically an asteroid caught in Martian orbit? Well, Mars does have gravity, and that's a good thing. Might even be enough gravity for human beings to be able to deal with it. Okay. In other words, enough gravity to where people wouldn't suffer the kinds of problems they have in zero-G. So those are all things in Mars's favor as a colonization spot. On the other hand, to get anything to Mars, you're going to have to spend propulsive force, fuel, basically. Much more fuel than if you set up like a base on Phobos. And on Phobos, let's suppose that that 1/3 gravity, I think is about what Mars has, isn't actually enough to keep human beings healthy. Well, you could do a rotating station near Phobos that would have half gravity or however much gravity that you wanted for the maintenance of human health, and it'd be a lot easier to get to as far as how much fuel you have to spend. It's in my real life colonization thinking. It's better to colonize small bodies than big ones, or at least to get resources, I would say, from small bodies rather than big ones, because you don't have to spend a lot of fuel getting up and down a big gravity well. All of which is probably neither here nor there as far as what we're doing today, which is this. In addition to our colonization desires, hopefully getting Duna colonized before 0.19 comes out, I also want to do a grand tour of the solar system. A modified grand tour in that there are going to be places where we're not going to be able to land. Like Lethe is a lovely place to go, but probably won't be able to land there on any kind of reasonable ship and get it back out. So we'd call this the grand tour of the smaller bodies of the solar system. All that was just way more complex than anyone, including me, probably ever needed. Okay, and this is the vessel we're going to be doing our grand tour in. And the Splorotron 11 and the Splorotron 21 are in fact basically the same spacecraft. It's just that I decided I like Splorotron 11 better than 21. Oh, okay. Need to stop talking and start shooting rockets into space. Okay. The Splorotron 11. Okay, I got this neat command pod from the B9 aerospace pack. Very cool. A little bit difficult to work with in that it's sort of off balance, but we've got that, I think, sorted out. We have parachutes in case we decide to try to land this on Duna. That's probably ill-advised. Excuse me. As always, my sinuses are going nuts. My original plans were just to land this on Ike and get the key thing to power up and refuel the tanks to power up my trip after that to Jool. What I might do is after I get this thing tanked up and get it back into Ike's orbit, I'll do a quick save. I'll attempt to land this thing on Duna, and if it screws up, well, I've always got the quick save. So I do have parachutes in case we do decide to attempt the probably unwise landing on Duna. It's got 3 nuclear engines here. These parts are also from the B9 aerospace pack, which is a very cool mod if you want to get it. I got a little empty habitation module here because I figure, you know, it's pretty inhumane to be sending guys out for years at a time and not give them a little room to stretch out in. So I've got them a little capsule here for them to hang out and nap and all that sort of stuff. Also, another problem with with this capsule is it's damn near impossible to attach a ladder to it unless you got it oriented the other way, in which case you just drop a ladder down here. But with this way, damn near impossible to get a ladder to it. So I've had some rather inventive arrangements with the ladders here. So hopefully that'll work out. I have miners here to mine key thing. I've got let's see, RCS, a keythane detector. That's really just to counterbalance this, because like I said, it's not centered on the center of balance. So you have to, if you put stuff here, you got to balance it out. So, but this command pod is very cool, especially very cool in the in-capsule view mode. It's very awesome. We got a docket port up here. So solar panels. Okay, let's launch. I don't know how it's going to do as far as recording while launching, because it's really laggy. It's even if you're not recording, it's a very laggy rocket. Well, what did I do? Wrong thing apparently. Alright, check out the action groups right quick. I've got these set up to be sort of emergency braking rockets. Make sure that they're all set to the same action group, because if they're not, it could cause a problem. It could cause, in fact, a spin out. Okay. Custom 1, I've got the solar panels. Custom 3, I've got the miners set up for that. Sometimes it seems to drop stuff out of a group, so I'm just double checking, make sure it's all set up. Okay. Okay, and with considerable trepidation, let's not launch it, because I want to do something right quick. Hold on. Let's not launch it. We want to have a special team on board for this, yeah, any day now. Come on, you can do it. Don't crash, please. Okay, we got Bill, Bob, and Jebediah sitting here at the launch pad duck. Whoa, check that out. That was just totally a freak of, yeah. We got an eclipse going on. Well, it's either a very good omen for our interplanetary exploration or perhaps a very bad one. If you believe in omens and such. Awesome. And we're approaching totality. Very cool. Check that shit out. Awesome. Okay, enough eclipse watching. There seems to be a lot of eclipses on Kerbin, maybe more than there would be in most on Earth. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cancel this flight, and hopefully that means that Bill, Bob, and Jebediah will be on the rocket when we go to launch it. Okay, with much fear and trepidation, let's go ahead and launch this. Okay, launch this biatch. Of course, it'll only be 2 of the 3 on there at best. Because a 2-man capsule. I got Bill and Jebediah. Excuse me. Holy Mother of God. Christ on a biscuit. Okay. Let's wait for the physics to kick in. Any day now. Good. Good. Throttle to maximum. God help us. And there is no abort. Not that it really matters. I'll just restart the mission if they die. But there is no abort here. It's just not in the budget. Okay. Launch of the Splorotron 11, going to the planets, exploring the solar system. In 3, 2, 1. And bad things happened. And flight. And flight. Okay, well these Rocket Max engines I don't think liked that I put these things here in between. I put those there because the Rocket Max engines with these orange tanks has a tendency to overheat. But, oh well, screw that. Let me fiddle with this a minute. We will restart when we're ready to launch. Okay, here we go. We got rid of those things that I had on the bottom separating the Rockamax mainsails from the tanks. Now, as a result, it is going to overheat, but I should probably have enough thrust to get this bad boy in orbit. It's certainly large enough. Good God. All right, throttle to maximum. SAS on. And yes, the lag is going to be epic. Let's take a look at Jebediah's view here. Yeah, it's got great visibility in here. It's like a Mack truck. Okay, throttle maximum SAS on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, God help us all, 1, liftoff. And yes, it's very slow. Very slow taking off. And a little bit wobbly too. Okay, overheating has not kicked in yet. Yeah, now it has. We still got overheating. Okay, well we're making very slow but steady progress. I could have gone with my typical multi-engine setup that I've done before on lots of things, but I figure with the overall part count here, maybe better just to stick with the mainsail rather than have to add a whole bunch of parts to the already burgeoning part count. Pretty wobbly, but I'm not worried about it yet. Okay, the plan with this is going to be we're going to take it to Minmus. We're going to tank it up at Minmus because we got this big ass kethane tank, and it'd be stupid to try to go to Duna and not have kethane in that tank. So we'll go to Minmus first, land, tank up, get back out into orbit around Kerbin, straighten up our orbit because we'll be in an inclined orbit, and then head out for Duna. Then at Duna, we'll land at Ike, tank back up, go back out into orbit. We'll quick save. We'll attempt to land this on Duna. I don't think that's going to work out very well, but we'll attempt it, and then we'll take it from there. If the Duna landing and takeoff back off from Duna works, we'll have to go back to Ike to refuel before we head off to Jool. And from the moons of Jool, we're going to be going to Eeloo, and we will be attempting a landing at Eeloo. Assuming that this thing has enough fuel to get there. Not a foregone conclusion. Very wobbly, very wobbly. I had this thing strutted up nine ways from Sunday. I don't know how it can be wobbling. Alright, standing by for first stage separation. Yeah. Okay, first stage separation is complete. And we need to do our gravity turn big time. We've waited way too late, but I was concerned about the our speed. I didn't have Splotrons on those that first stage, so I was a little concerned about how that was going to work. So we're not really having a very efficient gravity turn as it happens. We're having quite an inefficient gravity turn, but it can't be helped. If I had it to do over again, I would put Separatrons on that first stage and tilt over much earlier. But as long as it gets us to orbit, that's all I'm really worried about. And I got an additional upper stage up here. So. And if worse comes to worse, I can also use the nuclear engines. Though I'd rather not. Okay, well, aside from the whole gravity turn issue, all systems appear to be nominal. We're starting to get up there where we need to be. All right, we're at 72 kilometers. Yeah. Come on, bring it up. And unfortunately, we have to keep the motor running, or else we can't steer this thing. Okay, but we get about to about T minus 45, and we'll throttle up. T minus 45. We still got some juice in the second stage here. Hold on just a second. Grrr, pesky humans, asking me when they're gonna get their din-dins and such. Roman is not pleased. Can't they see I'm can't they see I'm launching a rocket into space here? Roman is not pleased.
Humans, listen to me. Due to an error in calculation, there are still a few of you left. You escaped destruction because I did not know you existed. Now I know you are watching. I see 5 of you who have not been destroyed. Show yourselves, and I promise you a painless death.
Okay. Roman has said his piece. Okay, we're getting a real big preapsis here. I guess we gotta just go ahead and time compress so that it won't change our position too badly. Excuse me. Good lord. Good lord, Bob, that was a burp. What are you thinking? Very well, I will recalculate. Your death shall be indescribable. Okay, we're in orbit now. It's a kind of a sloppy orbit, but we are in orbit. And how much fuel have we gotten here? We probably just need to ditch that because it's going to be rather ungainly to carry it around. So let's see. Like I say, we're going to head to Minmus first to tank up our kethane tanks. And I very rarely seem to get the inclination change to get lined up with Minmus quite right. Usually, sometimes, quite often, it takes more than one burn for some reason. Well, no, stop that. Damn you. They need to fix that thing. Stop that. Fudge buckets. Fudge buckets. Alright, that looks good. Now, this is the question of how I'm going to actually get pointed that direction. It's not, I'm moving a little bit. I'll probably get there. Probably. So I can use out the rest of these tanks to do the inclination change, which is not an insignificant amount of fuel. Okay, how about if I restart when something more interesting than this happens? How about that? I really dig this cockpit, man. Check this shit out. That's what a spaceship cockpit ought to look like. Got great visibility too. You see over in the distance our expended second stage. And the Earth, or Kerbin rather. Very cool. Very cool. And let's take a look from Bill's perspective. It doesn't have quite as nice a view, but it's not too shabby. It's got a great view of the back of Jebediah's head. Yeah. Okay. Okay, looks like we may have to do a little bit of a redesign, and let me show you why. I loaded a quick save after what just happened. Stage. Okay, all well and good now. Okay. Stage. Stage. Okay, everything's good so far. And stage. So not so good. So we've got to do a redesign of the old Splorotron without those things on it. And when I get that done, I will get back to you. Okay, finally we got this bad boy going to Minmus. This is the Splorotron GT, the lighter, sportier version of the Splorotron, without the housings over the nuclear engines that cause so much trouble. So we'll be heading to Minmus, and I will catch up with you there. Okay, I'm coming down for landing on Minmus. I will just kind of drop here for a bit, and we will restart again when we're closer to the surface. But I wanted to show you this because it just looks cool. That's the only reason. Just looks cool. As a matter of fact, screenshot. Screenshot. Okay, we will restart when we're actually closer to the surface. Okay, we're down on Minmus. I sort of forgot to record the actual landing. It was uneventful. Minmus landings usually are. Let's get a boy out here and have him set his foot on Minmus soil. Also, got to check out and see whether he's stuck right in between the little panels there. That's good. Okay, and well, there he goes. Okay, so maybe my whole landing system doesn't work so great. My ladder system, I should say. Nope, he falls right through it like it wasn't even there. Doesn't work at all. I guess that means no getting out of the capsule at Duna. Not that I'm sure I'm going to go to Duna. I know I'm going to Ike. But I'm not actually sure I'm going to go to Duna. Alright. But we get him down. And then worry about the rest of it. There you go. Alright, switch over to Bob, and let's put the ladders down so at least we can see if we can get back into the spacecraft using the ladders. Extend ladder. Extend ladder. Extend ladder. Turn the lights on. Extend ladder. And is there a ladder here? Nope, in fact there isn't. Doesn't appear to be. Oh, here it is. Extend ladder. Here, let's see. At least see if we can get back in the spacecraft using the ladders. wrong way. Yeah, those things are totally non-clipping. I wish I knew that ahead of time. Oh well, you live and learn. Okay, so the idea here is he pops out here. Boom. Okay. Go stand on the windshield. There he is. There's Jebediah from the inside. Well, Bill's kind of happy. That's strange. Hey, Jebediah, how you doing, man? Out there goofing off. Okay, now let's see if we can actually get him to catch a hold of this ladder. Actually, no, we don't have to do that because, oh, yeah, we're gonna test whether we can get it, whether we can get in. Uh-oh. And that's a total non-functional thing. Nope, didn't work. Boom. Walk it off. You're okay. Well, let's check and see if he can get in the capsule at least. Presumably, most of the time when he's going to be napping in the hab mod, it'll be in orbit anyway. Up. Stand up. Walk it off. Oh, fudge buckets. Oh, okay. That worked, sort of half-assedly, but it worked. Okay, well, I will grab some kethane here, and then I think that's about all we have time for this time. The good news is that I'll probably be putting out one of these Grand Tour videos probably most every day until we finish it up. Hopefully the next video after this will be soon. But that's all we have time for right now. Until next time, hasta la vista. Adios.